We're gonna open up the Water Sewer Commissioners meeting on June 4th, 2019, and it's now 7:20. I'm gonna review, did everybody go over the minutes? Are there any corrections on them, or?
No. Make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from May 7th, 2019.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Bob, you got the water sewer reports?
On the water side, we installed the other two chlorine analyzers at turbine and primary. We removed that auxiliary engine that was in there that we used to, that ran off propane, that was tied into the, drive the pump.
What was that engine? Little 4-cylinder or something? Or
Yeah,
Nothing special.
no,
Scrap it? Or
so that's over at mobile. Put it over there for now until we figure out what we're gonna do with it.
I had a chance to buy the one that came out of Millbury, and I didn't buy it because I thought, who wants that? It was an old Hemi engine.
Oh, the one in
It was only a
primary.
couple of years. Dennis is the one that told me about it.
One in primary used to be
I'll
a
say that.
flathead Lincoln.
Yeah,
Really?
The
Yeah.
primary engine would have been a better.
That would have been a better
Yeah.
one. It was a flat 8 Lincoln.
Yeah,
And then
this
they
thing had
converted
like
it over to
75
propane.
hours on it, and it was running on propane.
That thing used to purr like a kitten on propane.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a, what, Lincoln?
it was a Lincoln.
Oh,
It was a flathead.
That was a big engine.
Yeah.
We investigated leaks at 69 North and 4 Bowen. 4 Bowen we will be digging and repairing tomorrow. Sampled for nitrates, gross alpha particles, and radium. We got screening, rodent screening on the Church Street tank, the Franklin Street building, and turbine. Installed the new sump pump at Booster. Did 4 final reads, 2 meter changes, and then turned on the water at the 2 units up at the camp meeting, the bathhouse and the American cottage.
you didn't have
what
to
was
change
the,
the other two that were on there, the final reads?
What was the leak investigations on North Street? That when the water was coming out of the road?
No, this one, someone has an iron
69.
service.
69. How far up is 69? 76 is on the left.
64 was my uncle's place
So. Okay, oh, so it'll be the
on the other
other
side.
side of the corner. So it was an internal, wasn't it? a
Yeah,
leak
they have an
coming out?
iron
Okay.
service.
Yeah.
And it's dripping around the threads. So Steve let him know that it's not something you should wait on because it's got a steady drip, and
Yeah.
you mess with it, you do anything with it, it could just come off in your hands. There's that one up on near Newport Drive that's actually off of Manchester.
Yeah.
So I went in that. Luckily, we shut it off, and I grabbed the meter, and it just the gate valve just fell off in my hand.
And 4 Bowen? Which one's 4 Bowen? Whose house was that?
The
That's,
second,
on the right?
not the one on the corner, no, on the left.
On the left. Okay.
Not the one on the corner, not the next one, the one after with has like the big garage after it.
Quinn? Mrs. Quinn?
I'm not sure who.
No, I think she was the first house, wasn't she?
Wasn't she the first one?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
she was
she
the
had the
first
garage.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Maybe it's what's her name? That she was on cemetery. Yeah, I know. Okay.
I was
Is that-
asked
is
again,
that one-
when
one
we're
that
gonna
we're gonna
fix that
fix?
leak on Gilboa Street? That's coming out of the driveway. That's groundwater, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that was something leaking in.
I know, and I
Every
was
year-
asked again, when we're
Every
gonna
year
go
it
fix
does
that
that.
leak.
Everybody starts calling.
It's been leaking for a couple of years.
So,
The new
are
owner
we gonna
wants to
fix
fix
Bowen Court? Is that on us, or is that, yeah,
What was Bowen? Yeah, what was the
It's
leak?
the curb stop, basically like
the one across
Martin.
the street?
So we can't shut it off.
Yeah.
It's leaking up out of the curb box.
Yeah.
So we can't shut it off to determine either way. So I had Lee call him and say, you only got like 15 feet to your house, so it's an old iron service. If it's probably best if someone was home, so if something happens, we can just pull a new line. It should go quick and easy. Otherwise, it's going to cost them thousands to have somebody else come in and do it. So
Well, it's nice, it's a dead-end road too, so.
yeah. We
Shouldn't be
operated
too
the valves and
disruptive.
everything today, so It should go okay
When are you gonna do that?
tomorrow morning. So the monthly sewer report, we had 4.38 inches of rain. Cinnabon hauled off 121,800 gallons. Flow was 6.7 million gallons for an average of 216,000 a day. Wasted 149,000 for an average of 4,800 gallons a day. Alum was 676 gallons. Sodium hydroxide was 678 gallons. Electricity, we used 259 kilowatt hours. The river average was 332.416 cubic feet per second. We had the Colonial Pump Station cleaned out by Helgerson. The EPA Study 39 was completed. And we passed last month's toxicity test.
What's the water flow compared to the sewer flow?
I didn't do the water flows yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that report, but
Is that just because of the rain that's up that high?
yeah. Well, we average about 200,000 anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the heavy rains and everything else, we did stop some of the infiltration, but still have some more to attack.
Yeah, it's less than April anyway.
That's it for those.
So what, that's why the, that bill of Helgerson, that was why it was so expensive? Was it 1,600 or 1,900?
1900, yeah. I was just sucking out all the rocks and everything that was in the bottom of the Colonial Pump Station.
You still have a problem up there with the debris getting around the impeller and stuff?
No, we haven't had that much of an issue with it. We changed over those, the other impellers that are supposed to pass anything, so
Yeah.
since we put those on, we haven't had as much issues. Alright.
Yep, so I'll say on that, goals and objectives, we're working on that now as far as the policy procedure, that's one of our main goals.
So for the policies we got, this is one that we drafted for this meeting.
This one draft up for policies, Douglas Water and Sewer policies, water theft policy.
Yep. So, as you know, we've had multiple instances here and there. You know, we find them every once in a while. Actually, two on Gilboa Street that were the main ones that we had caught. We also occasionally have the hydro seeders coming in stealing water. DCR has stolen water up at the town common.
Really?
Yeah, they've caught them twice.
The DCR.
Yeah, and their comment was, "We've been doing this for years." So, so but yet they're the ones
What are
that
they taking water for?
I don't know if they were using it down at the Long Lake.
Yeah,
The
can't they
lake.
suck out of the lake? They got a whole lake to suck out of.
Yeah, I know
I
it.
don't know what they're using it for though. And then they also the state forest. So
What are they filling the fire truck like or something
it's
on
like the
it?
tanker truck.
The tanker trucks?
Yeah.
Maybe they're making slushies.
Man, got a whole warm lake to pull water
I
out
don't
of.
know. Yeah.
Can we find the state?
Well, we can if we catch them again.
Oh, you gotta catch them, huh?
Mhm.
So for the fines, do you think we should split the policy between commercial and single-family homes?
It's up for discussion.
Like have, because multi-family home, you could consider that a business.
Yeah, that's good. If there's more than 4, it's commercial.
Yeah.
Like my 5 family is commercial,
Yeah.
up to 4 units.
So what about like a two-family now?
2 families classified as it's under still just duplex dwelling,
Yeah.
so it's not really commercial. unless you specifically stated in here,
Yeah.
spelled it out.
Right, well, it's kinda like what we did with the
Yeah, we've already done that with the, Payment
payment
plans.
plans. You know,
So-
it wasn't commercial, we considered it investment property.
yeah.
Yeah,
So single-family homes are the only ones that can do
yeah,
a payment plan.
yeah. Something, if we address it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, on the, well, they're not the only ones, we also allowed them, like if it was a two-family and they were living in half,
Yeah.
they could do half of it.
Right, they did, yeah, we broke that in. Yeah. So we should, since we've already got that in place, we should probably
Stay
kind
on
of stick with the
that.
theme, you know?
Yeah, I think I don't know, the fines are a little steep though. I think going from $100 to,
Yeah, like I said, this was just off of a draft, and we're not trying to recreate the wheel here,
Yeah.
so.
Well, maybe with the commercial, we leave the heavy fines, and then for the single-family homeowner,
But then you gotta kinda define what you mean by commercial and single family and even the multifamily, because,
Yeah, you could call it.
yeah, you could just spell that
multifamily
out with some
commercial.
verbiage, you know?
yeah, so I mean, we would need to clarify based on, like, if it's a contractor building multiple units,
Yeah.
you know, they're doing it from a single family dwelling,
Yeah,
but they're stealing the water,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Yeah, you just have to put some verbiage in there. Or you just blanket it, and if you don't wanna do the heavy fines, you just have it, everybody pays the same, and we just lower the fine a little bit. I think it's too steep.
then the only other thing I think of is maybe have add another line to that if they want to appeal the thing, that they could come before the board. Say if they want to appeal, they just, whatever
Yeah.
the outcome, they're not satisfied with, if they can't work it out internally,
Yeah,
they should have a means to
Yeah.
come to us and,
But do we go commercial and residential? But residential, I mean, you could have a 4 or 5 family house and I suppose it's still
Yeah.
considered
I mean, it
commercial,
depends how-
residential, but
it depends
Yeah.
how massive of a project too. I mean, if you've got a massive project going on, they're gonna sneeze at a $500 fine,
right, yeah.
you know?
Well, I think that's where line 6 comes in.
Yeah. Yeah,
If they're doing a big project, then, after the third offense or something, then you just say, all right, now the commissioner's gonna review it, and, you're not allowed to get any more connections, and
yeah,
we're gonna withdraw the ones that you have. So then they got units they can't sell, or,
I suppose you could keep the fines hefty and then have the means to appeal it. And then-
Appeal and come in, you guys can knock it down.
Right, if it's a residential, you can reduce it to whatever, fee that
yeah.
we feel.
And you put that verbiage in there that the appeal process is left up to the discretion of the commissioners.
And that way that covers the big commercial part of it.
And then if Jolly Joe homeowner comes in and we say, all right, we'll reduce your fine down to $100, don't do it again.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
have that's at our discretion.
yeah.
On a big project, I mean, you can't very well go turn the water off because of individual homes, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, if they keep doing that.
Well, you
keep
just
doing-
don't issue them any more,
you know,
Connections.
water permits.
yeah. If they don't have a connection, they can't build, they can't sell another house.
I think somebody has to be they'd have to have, pretty brazen if they got caught doing something like that, and then they did it again.
Got one contractor for
The
it.
problem is it may be, the subcontractors may be doing it.
Oh, that's, yeah.
So we put something in a different, add a line, like as far as as hydrants versus,
Well, that was,
Hydro seeding?
no,
That's a-
hydrants, if they
No,
take it
that'd be a
from-
separate policy, wouldn't it?
yeah, I'm gonna do a hydrant policy, and that's probably one of the next ones I'll probably do, is either a hydrant connection permit. That'll be a procedure or whatever for hydrant connections, where they come down, apply for a permit. Typically, they're like $100 for a day, and, we put the meter on, it's $100 for the permit, plus whatever they use for water. So, that's probably the next policy I'll do, so you'll see that one next month.
Well, I'm saying if somebody somebody steals water from a hydrant.
Right, well, I was
Do
gonna
you
say
wanna,
that's,
do you wanna include that in the
I don't know
hydrant
if you want
policy?
that in here or if you wanna include it in the hydrant policy. I mean,
think we
it should be
do-
the same,
No, I think it should be in the hydrant policy,
but this is still,
because this
this
is,
doesn't say it's from a service line or anything else.
Yeah,
It's
that-
still, it's, the water theft is water theft, if they're
Yeah.
stealing it from a hydrant or anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So if we catch them, then, you know, we don't have the means to say that they, you know, we're gonna take that connection away from you, but.
Right,
Right, yeah. Yeah, we wouldn't have it, yeah. Especially if they're tapping off a fire hydrant.
Right. But that's where the heavier fine would come in handy.
that's what I was thinking, you
You
know,
know.
heavier fine on it. Yeah, no, I think I agree. Don't wanna confuse it too much either, you wanna keep it simplified but effective.
But I mean,
Yeah.
it kinda implies that that's, you know, with the hydro seeding,
Yeah,
you know, the typically gonna be tying into a hydrant.
and I guess the other side is how do you enforce something that if a hydro seeder comes up and hooks up to a hydrant and gets caught, yeah, we're gonna fine you, okay, good, find me.
Well, it's also a criminal offense,
So
so
you'd
you
have to
can
go,
pursue going to the police.
that would be the avenue on that then, okay. So
Right.
say, how do you, what's the teeth in the,
Yeah,
if they don't have the
because
service?
that's what we did on the one up on Maple. We ended up having the police contact them. They denied it, and we said, well, the picture says otherwise. And then they came in and said, oh, he's a new driver, oh, we fired him, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, we're not gonna throw the yellow
Yeah.
lights on in the water truck and
Yeah.
start chasing people down the road.
Although my thought was the enforcement side of collection, how do you
Yeah,
collect
yeah,
it,
no,
not
I
the,
know,
not
I
the,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're
Right, I mean, we issue it,
But
they
you
don't
can
pay
issue
it,
a
then we
criminal
go,
complaint?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's tampering with a public water supply.
Hmm.
That could go a federal offense, so. Yeah.
See that?
Peter, get him,
Go
get
get
him.
him, Peter. Got a speaker. Oh!
You want to add those into this policy here, or
Add what?
make the changes with the hydrants policy?
Well, I think we'll have to
don't
redo the
need to-
wording and
Yeah.
then vote on it. Yeah.
The, so we'll just make the necessary changes we need and then
On this
the next one, the next meeting will approve that. Just to give some, just the first round anyway, just to make, I mean, it should be pretty straightforward, but.
Yeah.
All right, what are we coming up with, a lot of changes on this? You mark it down.
I'm gonna fix the wording in 4 there for offending company and just put offender,
Yeah. I'm gonna add the
add the appeal
the
process.
appeal process.
We'll leave we won't get into the cumbersome wording about defining single family and commercial and all that.
No, I think that it just
Yeah.
should apply across the board.
Yep.
Should we shorten this, the purpose of this up here, just to say the purpose of the policy is to protect against the theft of water from the town distribution system, period? Not get into the fact of.
Yeah, I mean, we can.
I mean, that's all.
Yep.
It's really not relevant to theft
Right.
of where it's getting stolen from.
Yeah, because this could be as simple as somebody bypassing their water
Right.
meter.
Right.
Yeah, I'll probably also add something in there for backflow or something, possible contamination.
And you're gonna put in there for the right of, appeal it to us,
Yep.
okay?
Okay.
Alright.
We'll have that all together for our next meeting.
Yep. Probably.
Another, yeah, another one, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys have any recommendations on the ones that you'd like to see sooner rather than later, let me know and I'll work on those.
I think the ones that you deal with more on a regular basis, so kind of you put them
Right,
in your pecking
that's what I
order,
figured,
think, yeah.
the ones we come across more often,
Yeah.
I'd rather get those in place
Yeah.
sooner.
The, and then the one that we already voted on last month, but then the one prior to that, the payment plan one, we should make sure that that verbiage gets put in the book.
Yeah, I'll
We don't wanna
probably
leave that one behind.
try to rewrite that one in kind of the same format.
Yeah.
I don't know if we wanna put on the, like the beginning page of the policy and procedure thing is, do you wanna put that can be amended from time to time? Or do you wanna put on each individual policy?
Well,
Yeah,
that's
so-
that's why I did this format, is so that we have the revision and the date,
Right,
and then if you got to revise one, you just revise on that one page,
right,
and then I'll keep a master list of what revision we're on.
right.
So if somebody gets an old policy, say, oh no, you're 3 policies behind. So
Yeah.
Well, I said, we get through the whole process, I'd even be willing to, spend the money in doing a booklet.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Make it nice, and
yeah,
then we could put some more language in there and, more detail.
Cause I'd still like to see the material list too, we use this.
Do we have a policy already on the internet? Is all our policies that we have, is that listed so they have to come down here to get it?
that's why. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna put these up there as we
We're
go.
gonna put them up as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
all we got's that little brown booklet from 1985. I
Yeah.
think that's it.
And that little thing over there.
Yeah, and it's missing from my book, I think you took it.
I got a whole stack of them right there if you want
Oh,
more.
there you do. Oh, I see him, yeah.
There's actually another, I know there's another, I've read it.
I know. Well, there's one that's about this big, but Bob took it on me, and then I don't know where it went.
Has all the rates in it, and has all the, everything was a whole,
Because in that one, it
was a little more detailed.
had the thing on there where you weren't required to connect right away, but I think it said like after a year they could require you to connect, and if water's going by, that you need to connect, like any new construction.
No, I read the wording on that one, was.
Something. I don't have it. Like I said, it's been years since.
The only reason why, 'cause when I did a house on Monroe Street, and that had water, and I remember saying, are you gonna tie in? This was back in 2000. And he said, no, I'm putting a well in. And the purpose, I said, I'm not sure if you can do that if the water's there, and then they looked at it, it didn't say they shall, it said they may.
May, right, instead of shall.
Instead of shall.
Yeah.
So the wording in that was.
We
so
had
let
that
them-
same problem with the sewer tie-ins
Yeah, I don't know.
years ago.
So he didn't have to tie in, he wasn't made to tie in
Right.
at that point.
It was funny, I was going down Grove Street the other day and I'm looking at all the houses on Grove Street and I'm saying, man, there was one individual that didn't want the water main run down there. It was only $900 for all the houses on Grove Street. $900 to run the main around, put
It's supposed
fire
to loop,
hydrants
supposed to
in.
loop, now gonna loop back around.
Yeah. And one individual didn't want it. No, I'm gonna put a well in.
Huh.
So it shot the whole thing down.
That would've been a good loop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole length of Grove Street,
Yeah.
from west all the way over.
We could've run it down Mumford Road
I
too.
don't say that. Man.
Yeah,
From the Mumford
Yeah.
into town, a municipal agreement with Manchog.
yeah, it was gonna run all the way around
Yeah.
to Mumford.
Start feeding Manchog from there.
$900 a house. I remember that.
Cheap money.
I think a well was 1,500 or 2,000 even at that time.
Yeah. Yeah, the water is cheap. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the wastewater that's expensive. I mean, you look at the cost of, if you have just have water only. And you look at what your annual consumption is versus if you had to put a well in, right? So your initial investment in the well, your initial, after so many years, the pumps always crap out. You gotta change a pump, $1,500. As we
More than that.
yeah, I'm just throwing out.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my cost when I did. I had the guy do it, so actually it was less than that, but so the pump, and then at the end, if it goes bad, or if you have any kind of high iron or manganese, you got to treat it. So if you have to put all the salt and the filtration system,
Electricity.
yeah, the electricity to run it.
If you lose power, you got no water.
Yeah, I broke it down. If you had the town water, the monetary value comes out pretty close, the same, but you have no headaches.
Right.
You don't worry about.
You don't have to have lightning strike your well.
Yeah, yeah.
Or no power, no well.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
water, when the power's out, you still have water,
Mm-hmm.
not filling up buckets.
You can live without electricity for a while, but can't live
No.
without water.
Yep. The only other thing I could think of that, well, I don't know if you have anything else. Did you want to talk? I was going to bring up some just old business stuff. I don't know.
No, you got something you wanna bring up?
Just to check on Cook Street. On the, was that finalized? I know that you had to.
Yeah, everything got filed.
Okay. And then what about the
I just-
last?
Yeah, I didn't respond on the last thing. I still gotta respond to the extension.
Extension with
Yeah.
that. So when you get that done. What else? And then,
So we're just gonna get that house off.
okay. And what was
That
it?
should-
What was the time on that? The time? Do you remember?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to look at it.
Okay.
So everything's all set, I mean, except we have to get that house off.
Right.
Yep.
And they did want an
Yeah,
extension.
they want an
on
extension on the permit.
obtaining their permits, which
I don't see any problem with
Every
that.
other permit,
yeah,
but
it's up to them.
Yeah.
We're not, as long as they give us an engineer report saying the pump station's fine, that's what the agreement was
Mhm.
on, so we're good with that.
Now, are they taking it over as of now?
we gotta get that house off
We have to get that house off.
first. Once that house is off, then everything's supposed to get switched over.
Did you ever find out where that line runs?
No,
You haven't checked it out yet?
I gotta figure out a way to try to send a line down it.
I thought you were gonna just go run down,
I'm gonna go down Main
Main
Street,
Street.
but I gotta get time to get the jetter out.
I was gonna run the camera, right? Run the camera to see where.
Yeah. Yeah, but we run the camera with the jetter.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, how you trying to?
Yeah, how do you
Oh,
know where
it's
it comes
got
in
the
though?
camera,
yeah.
If it's not pumping at the time, I think you find the outlet,
When you run the camera down, you can see everything.
you see where it's coming in.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It'd be interesting to find out where that is.
Yeah. It's not on North because we did all on North Street. I thought we were gonna find it on North Street, but it wasn't over there. So
And then the other old business was, the work to get done in some of the buildings. Did you get any other estimates on that?
no, not yet. I don't even know who else to get them from. For the contractors that do that kind of stuff that's on the books.
Yeah, all right, I can give you a couple of names for that, just to get estimates,
Yeah.
and then,
And take care of these buildings.
yeah,
And did you wanna get a plumber too to look at that hot water heater, or we wanna look at it first?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what other,
One of the trips to Coopman's, get some ceiling tiles.
Did the water heater die?
Well,
Yeah,
it's dripping.
That tile's wet.
It's up above the ceiling tile, so
That's only what, a little 5 or 10 gallon tank or something like that.
yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing, the system in here,
Oh yeah, we haven't done anything with that yet. And I didn't know which way we ended up.
I know, but we're gonna explore the cost of
Split.
this mini splits.
Yeah, either go 2 mini splits or replace that.
Hmm.
Yeah, he gave me estimates, but I think I can't remember what he recommended.
I
I think
imagine,
he recommended just putting another one of those back in.
since the ductwork and everything's
Yeah,
already,
he said because there's already all the ductwork's already there, and he said that you need 2 mini splits instead of just the 1 unit with the 2 splits.
And that only does the office, right? You get something separate for the garage.
Right.
that's a separate unit out there, right?
Yeah.
For the garage,
For the garage, yeah.
so just for the office,
That's
Yeah,
all
it's
you
just-
need out there.
That room, this room, and this back room. And that was the other thing that he
This
said.
is all one system, isn't it?
Yeah.
That room, this room in the back?
Yeah. But he said that back room wouldn't have heat if he did the mini splits. But I said, I don't know, just throw a little 4-foot electric heater baseboard in the bathroom and you're all set.
yeah, you could put a little something small just to keep the edge off in there,
Yeah.
or just leave the door open, you know,
That's what I was saying, leave this
open
door
the door and
open.
the heat'll go right in there anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, for the hallway, and then just have a little baseboard electric heater in the bathroom.
Yeah.
But that was a while ago, so
I don't know how
I'll get
how
updated
putting in
pricing.
replacing that system could possibly be cheaper than
Mini split.
the mini splits.
That one, cause you're coming off the existing ductwork.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's just
So
replacing
you
that
put a new
unit.
plenum in and tie it into it. Well, let's get the numbers and see what it comes
Well, it's a
out.
lot
I'm
cheaper
surprised
just
you
to
don't wanna
replace
do like
this.
a
You
cost
talk
benefit
about replacing
analysis
this.
between
Yeah,
electricity.
either
and
replace
water.
this unit or 2 mini splits. The mini splits would be more efficient.
Let's get some pie charts.
Yeah.
But how
Propane.
much more efficient compared to the cost?
Well, it all
We're not
depends
heating a
on-
big area, that's the.
Although that's
Yeah.
oil, the mini splits
I'll
are
say,
on electric, right?
The mini
Heat
splits
pumps.
would be electric and, you know, you're.
They're on heat pumps though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it all depends on oil prices and electric prices.
And aren't those a little cleaner than having to worry about ductwork and filters and
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
What, the
Yeah,
mini
it's
split?
it's
Oh,
direct
yeah.
right there.
it's
so-
direct?
Yeah, you just gotta change the filter in the line, that's
Yeah,
all
I
like
say
changing these.
not as much maintenance and stuff on those as there is these either.
Yeah.
Plus, every time you go in there, it smells oil.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
if we can
get-
get rid of that, I'd like to, if we
I was
could.
gonna say, that
Yeah.
opens up a little space for
Yeah.
storage too.
yeah.
Well, just see which way, just
Yeah.
get a price on doing the mini splits and then.
Do you have contractors looking at it, or?
Yeah, I have one that we use. The other two we didn't have very good luck with, so.
I can give you a name, I'm sure Bob knows.
I'll give you a name of one after, you know.
Let's see, so then the other thing was, so we got the heating here, building stuff, Cook Street, and, summer help. We just put an ad out for summer, just to mow grass and,
Yeah, did you guys wanna do one or two? Usually you were talking about two.
if you got enough stuff for them to do, you know, if we can get to, that's the other thing, is getting it out there.
Yeah,
I mean,
ton of stuff to do.
I don't know what, are they limited on what they can do with all the label laws and all that? I don't know what, I mean, they can't,
What?
can they paint and scrape and paint hydrants and
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
do all that
hydrants
stuff.
and we
Cut
can get
lawns,
into,
cut grass and
yeah, we got enough lawn to cut and,
trim brush and,
Have you advertised yet?
no. No, I needed to figure out which way we wanna go with that, because one of the other problems is, I know you guys were always looking at summer help getting a high school kid or something, but town's policy is 18 plus, so I don't know how that works.
That is the town's policy, 18 plus?
Yeah, because John was trying to hire someone and he went to Matt and said, no.
for what reason? Is there a purpose?
Yeah, because I mean, I could have somebody down here next week for grass mowing and stuff. I mean, there's, you know, I've been approached by several people.
Yeah,
I mean, I have your whole staff. I have a crew of 6 guys down here tomorrow.
Well, that's,
But-
I wanna talk to you because I need somebody.
Yeah, no, seriously.
I'm serious
Yeah.
too. I was thinking of that.
See, I don't
Yeah.
know why, I mean, I thought you needed,
I don't
like
know if
16 was needed a work permit for
right.
16
yeah.
then.
No,
They gave
that-
me beeper duty when I was 16.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. They didn't have the child labor laws.
Yeah. I did. I was on call.
I don't know if it's insurance reasons or,
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I mean, I get it's a commercial environment, but if you, you know,
Yeah,
I even had a title of
I know,
part-time,
yeah.
full-time.
I was
Those are
gonna
the
have
rules.
13, 14-year-olds work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get one, because some help is, I mean, the kids are getting out of school now.
yeah.
At the end of this
Yeah.
month.
That, or if we're not gonna do that, is I think that we should apply, get the ad going if we're not gonna put the ad out for the,
To train somebody?
just put for a laborer for, the laborer for the water side and sewer side, just a straight laborer, and then you can do, you know, maintenance stuff too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it'll be, you know,
Those two are on my top priority. So,
so I mean, I would at least get an ad together for one full-time position for a water sewer laborer,
yeah,
and then we can kinda see which way, if you think he's,
yeah.
you know, beneficial on the water side or the sewer side, kind of direct them either way. Or keep them like we always did, you know, keep one for just a swing, because a lot of times you don't need the second guy all the time.
Right.
And have them do, you know, cutting the grass and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, well, we got tons of maintenance stuff that we gotta get
Yeah.
done, so I really need someone more mechanical.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to find a high school kid that's gonna be mechanical.
Well, that's what I mean, at that
Well,
point, I
that's-
think would be.
No,
that's-
labor
yeah,
position, I
that's
mean,
just
even if you got, you know, somebody in their 20s and 30s,
Yeah.
that could
Right.
at least maybe spin a wrench or something, if
Right.
there's some sort of mechanical inclination,
Yeah.
you know.
But one way or the other, we gotta give you
Well, I
something.
think that's
yeah.
the way we should probably go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess I looked at it as the short term, the interim to get the school kid
Yeah.
until we had the.
yeah, but if we can't do that, if you're gonna be
Yeah,
18,
if you
then-
can't, then we gotta just move on the other thing pretty quickly. I would think. If the board's agreeable to that, I mean, it's,
yeah. And then my only other, the question I had was collections
all for closing out the.
for the end of the fiscal
Um,
year. Shut-offs and et
Yeah,
cetera.
we've done a couple shut-offs, got like 10 more. Can't do them tomorrow because we got
Do
a
the leak.
water leak.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick back up. I know we already went around and cleaned out or curb boxes on some of the other ones, but didn't shut them off yet.
Yeah.
Marked them out and got them ready. But,
Okay.
so we figured that'd spark someone to go pay.
Yeah.
Do we have many shut-offs?
Between 10 and 15, depending.
It's down quite a bit from what it used to be.
Some went and paid before we shut them off. And, like I said, we had 2 that we shut off and probably 10 more to go. So I think it's only like $4,000 or something that we can collect. There's another list that we can't shut off, so. At some point it would be nice to try to figure out something to redo that situation up there.
Do the whole complex.
Yeah, the only other thing I was thinking on that up there is they started, 2 different meter companies are coming out with meters that have valves, solenoid valves in them, so that you can shut them off remotely. So if they have those, then up there may get all swapped out meters with those.
Up where, up at,
Eagles.
Eagles.
Eagles View.
yeah, cause like I
So
said, you
that
can
way
do-
we can just
Yeah.
shut it off electronically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be a great way to do it.
Yeah.
So that would resolve that issue that we've had. Even if we just start with the ones that are kind of habitual.
Yeah.
So we'll look at that avenue too. I need to research it a little more. I don't know if that's part of the fixed base setup where you have to be on the fixed base network and you do it from the computer, or if you can go and do it from outside with a handheld gun or something.
Yeah.
'Cause if it's only fixed base, then it's useless to us. But
Yeah.
They actually have meters now that you can shut off remote.
yeah. Yep.
And speaking of the gun, since we're in between reading, is that gun square or is that still
I
messed up?
don't know. We still got to get that squared away.
Can we do that before the next round of reading?
We can attempt it. But it's a matter of getting 2 different companies that are both difficult to deal with to work together to
Yeah.
Well, they'll
resolve
fix it.
one
We're
of
not
the
doing
issues.
business with either one of them.
Right. Well, we don't have the choice with Munis. So.
Yeah, we don't have a choice on that one. We were told we were getting that.
Yeah.
Oh, the units.
Trust me, I'd
Yeah.
love to. I'd love to say, yeah, we're not doing business with you anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, we got issues here. We can't print bills because it won't communicate. So,
With the printer right now, right?
and she's been going back and forth trying to get that resolved, and she's not getting anywhere with it. So, and unfortunately, they don't bill us often enough to. So yeah, I'm not going to pay you until you. That's what I did the last 2 times. And Gene gets all upset because I won't
Yeah,
pay
I
him.
was
But,
gonna say,
It's the only leverage you got.
yeah. Well, what are we paying for if they're not going to do the work?
Hmm.
And then at some point, I've got one proposal, and I should have another one coming in again for the meter replacement. Kind of the same spiel we went through with census, and they were saying, "Oh, we can do much better than them." Blah, blah, blah. And then they came in, and there was just 20,000 a year too. So, so
That's not gonna.
yeah. But I got one more I'm waiting on. We'll see what theirs comes in at, and then we'll explore the drive around unit or whatever.
Yeah, the whole software fee.
Yeah. Well, they said, oh, our software fee's not anywhere near as much as theirs, but then it was, software fee was 8,000 instead of 20,000, but then it was a per meter fee as well,
Mm-hmm.
and that so when you
Figured it
when you
all.
added up all the annual expenses based on either meter or customer portal that you're required to have, you know, all those fees, and it still came up to 20,000. So, so I told them, I'm like, I already told you the story about census and why that got shot down, and they came to the meeting and didn't tell me about the 20,000 until we got there.
Yeah.
And then I put all their numbers together. I'm like, you're right back at 20,000. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
but they think if I take you out to the Middleborough plant where they have all the computer screens that show all the readings from all the ones they're doing all over the place, that'll change your mind. But I'm like, yeah, you can show them the back cave and they don't care.
Show me whatever you like.
Whatever you want. It's,
Yeah.
they're just gonna say, oh, that's where all my money's going. Yeah.
More stuff to break.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll probably pull that out for you at the next meeting. Put it on the agenda just to go over it. Hopefully the other guy will have the other proposal on it, and we can look at that. But same theory, but you know, again, like you said, we don't do business with them anymore. That was where we were leaning with census because we can't get them to get things done. So if they can't fix their stuff, we'll switch to a different meter and go with someone that responds.
Well,
as
and
long as
maybe-
it's compatible with the system. that
Well,
we have.
that's all of them that I've talked to said that their stuff can read theirs, so they're all into. It used to be you had to have that, and you can only read with theirs, but now they're all saying, well, we're all losing out because nobody wants to change over their system. So now they all started saying, all right, yeah, we'll release it. So now everybody's guns can read everybody's meters. So
Well, maybe the other thing too is if, you know, say we stay with census, we're gonna get that gun fixed and stuff, then we haul them into a meeting instead of having, you know, something during the day and stuff. They're gonna come before the board and, you
Yeah.
know,
yeah,
Tell them
you
that. Tell them
know,
to come
it's
in.
a little
tell them
different.
what
You
to-
come in to a meeting in the board and we've got, you know, video going on and, you know, it's recorded and, you know,
yeah,
there's minutes being taken and, you know,
yep.
You know, like we get more action.
yeah.
Ask them to then get them to come into the next meeting.
For census.
Yeah. And lay the equipment right on the table. So we have to sit, so he's gonna stare at it.
Yeah. That's what I do now. If I have a problem, I get the person's name, time I talk to them. That way there, you get a little more.
It was really funny. At work, I had an issue with an internet company, and so I called him up, and the guy was great to resolve it. And then he gave me his name and a badge ID number for me to refer to if I had to call back.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty cool setup. It's the
Yeah.
first time I'd had that I got an ID number to refer to, you know. So it was good. Okay.
Alright. Anything else? We're good? No?
Anybody got anything else?
No, I'm good.
Is that Bob? Is that?
Okay, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 8:06.
Second?
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.